Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick video on using the transfer narrator and documenting our transfers out of UAMS. I feel like this is something we don't do a ton, and so every time it comes up, it's always kind of confusing and we forget a lot of things. We recently had a patient that we transferred out, and going back and looking at the chart, the documentation is really unclear about like why we were transferring them and that the right people were notified. And so I just wanted to kind of do a quick little rundown of how we use the transfer narrator. So when you go to the narrator, it's at just your regular Epic. The first tab is like a disposition tab. The physicians should already have this changed to transfer to another facility, but you want to make sure that's that. And it also specifies like where they're getting transferred to. This next part is like the departure condition. So just like this is the same as with your normal like discharges, kind of state of the patient when they're leaving the department. Down this part is the transport request. So you'd fill this out like when you put in for MIMS transport or whoever to come pick them up and transfer them. I like to make sure, we're noting belongings. If there was no belongings, we put no belongings. This transfer checklist, this is just making sure that you have all your ducks in a row as far as make sure you chart who you talk to, what the hospital is, and who's the accepting physician. Make sure that the Symptala form is signed and scanned into the chart. And then I always also make a copy and send it with the patient. We'll talk about that stuff to send with the patient in just a second. But this is the form. It's in the consent file cabinet. But you can see it's got basic stuff, where they're going, who they are. Your physicians need to fill it out and sign at the bottom. Okay. Again, there's my thing about more areas to chart belongings. And then this last part, the Symptala transfer form. So this is the part that is easy to miss something on. So this reason for transfer, where it says like we're saying, oh, they need a higher level of care, we really need to make sure that we're saying what the higher level of care is. I think sometimes we just assume, well, yeah, we know they're going to Children's because they're a burn or something. But like if you're looking at this chart and you maybe didn't know Children's was a burn center, or if it was a hospital that maybe isn't one of our usual ones, as Children's has been full, we have to send them to these other hospitals. We don't know if that's a burn center or not. And when you're going back and looking at the chart, it's taking 2 seconds to just put a little comment, what's the reason transferred for burn center? Oh, it makes a huge difference. And then finally, once we're actually discharging this patient, again, we're discharging them off the board, even though we're transferring them. But we're just going to select the discharge disposition, another healthcare institute not defined. And I always just put a little comment like where they're going, ACH or, Conway Behavioral if it's a psych thing or whatever, and then discharge them like normal. As far as the stuff to send with these patients, I like to print out everything and send it. I print out the H&Ps, the notes, if there's reads, the scans, if there's lab values. It's so much better to have more than the less. So just take 2-3 minutes, print them out, make a little packet, send it with them, and you won't have to deal with them calling you in an hour. Hey, what was the result of this CAT scan or whatnot? So that's basically it. If anybody has any questions or like any really good tips or tricks or anything as far as transferring patients, please reach out to me and I'd love to talk more about it. Thank you.